All right, Jamie, thanks. NASCAR talked about before the start of the season, let them race, let drivers settle it on the racetrack. We've certainly seen some cases of that this season, and here's one again today.
Yeah, James Busher got down towards the bottom of the racetrack, got a little bit towards the apron, and it got loose when Leffler came around, and it was an accident. Got into Jason, did ruin Jason's day, and I hate to see him retaliate because the young man didn't mean to do that. It was an accident, but he comes off the corner here, crowds him, and like I say, that was a really, really risky move. Of course, Leffler's car is already pretty much trashed up, but he could have been hooked and ran head on into the wall, but tough stuff.
And if you were with us for NASCAR Countdown earlier, we heard Brad Keselowski in his own words talking about his approach and how it maybe has ruffled some other drivers' feathers. You heard James Busher just there, somewhat similar. I'm just trying to run my race, and it's apparently not going over well. Yeah. So more to come, I'm sure. Now, really interesting strategy situation has been set up here. We got drivers on 3 different pit stop schedules. Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski did not pit under this caution, along with Paul Menard. They've stayed on the racetrack. You got Kyle Busch lined up in 4th position. He pitted at lap 133. Then you got Kevin Harvick, who leads the guys who just came off pit road just now back in 9th spot, who pitted at lap 144. How's that all going to work out?
Yeah, I still think as we watch the last few restarts, Joey Logano is just so strong. He's able to pull the field. I don't know if the tires that all those guys got on all those pit stops are going to be able to catch up and give them opportunity to advance themselves right now because Joey Logano is just gone.
But here's the thing. Logano's going to have to pit again for fuel before this race is over. So he's going to give up track position if you make the assumption that Kyle Busch may be able to go the distance, and that's something worth following up on. And Kevin Harvick can go the distance from here. Logano's going to have to go back behind all those guys later on. It's what I love about racing.
Unless they pit, unless he pits under caution.
Yeah, well, but he's still giving up all the track position.
Yeah, I agree.
Going to be behind all those cars. That's what I love about racing, Marty. Who's going to win and how?
All right, thank you, Alan. As we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing here, but we got just enough time. You know, we're talking about Joey Logano and why he likes the standalone weekends.
A lot of times, Nationwide kind of takes the B plan compared to your Cup stuff. You know, this is you put 100% into one thing, and you know, try to make your cars as best as you can, and your mind's not running in 2 different directions all the time. You're focusing 100%, and I think that's a big deal.
So you get the feeling of Joey's thoughts on the standalone weekends. Here are his last 3 nationwide starts at Daytona, California, and Bristol. Of course, California, he got turned, and Bristol, he got turned.
Yeah, running up towards front. Obviously, he was leading the race at California. We see Scott Wimmer back on pit road.
Yeah, we have a total of 20 cars on the lead lap. This does not hurt Wimmer because he is sort of falling back there anyway, so he's topping off. And the lucky dog went to the 61 of Josh Wise. And as I said, that now gives us 20 cars on the lead lap. Lights are out on the pace truck. Let's get a last-minute update from pit road. Vince Welch.
Well, the key with Joey Logano has been the long run versus the short run. He's been great on the short run, but the car gets tighter as it goes. They also elected to stay out there and not come in for tires and fuel on that last stop, while Kevin Harvick, his top challenger, did choose to take tires and fuel. Kevin Kidd and Logano talked about it on the radio.
And we'll see if we can get that radio transmission just a little bit later. Let's reset it for you. It'll be Joey Logano on the inside, Brad Keselowski on the high side, then Menard, Kyle Busch in row 2, Trevor Bayne, Michael Annett, row 3, and Johnny Sauter, Brendan Gaughan, row 4, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards. That rounds out your top 10. And we just got word as we go back to green flag racing, the 38 has been parked by NASCAR for aggressive driving. We'll try and get an interview with Jason Leffler. That should be fun.
Kind of a straightforward restart. I'm going to watch the 18 car here. He has fresher tires. He's battled his way back up to the leaders. Let's see how much strength he has.
He's running 3rd right now. Michael Annett got a great run going right now in that 15 car. And Paul Menard has fought his way back from near the back of the field. And he is running up in this top group as well.
I found it interesting, teammates with Keselowski and Justin Allgaier taking on different strategies there, with Keselowski staying out, Allgaier and his crew deciding to come into pit road and get tires.
Well, that's nothing new for the captain. I mean, he's known to do that in IndyCar, and he'll do it whenever he thinks he can get the advantage. He's got 2 good race cars right now. Keselowski is all over Joey Logano. There it is, about a car length, and then it's narrowing down as they exit the turn.
And this 22 car has seemed to get better and better as this race has gone on, Ricky. I don't know if it's the rubbering up of the track or just the adjustments they've made.
It seems like it's the balance of the car. And some too wide action here. Paul Menard, Michael in that.
And Menard's got the low line, trying to make it stick. Whoop, he slides a little bit. Annette regains control of the position, and now Menard's under attack from the 27 of Johnny Sauter, and Trevor Bayne on the high side. And here comes Harvick underneath as well. So Menard all of a sudden went from hero to almost zero.
Yeah, you can see that one little slip in the center of the corner, what we've been seeing all day, cost him about 4 spots.
Again, this is not Kevin Harvick's strength, and he needs to get through this traffic as quickly as he can.
Harvick trying to work his way up. That is for 7th position. He gets underneath the 98 of Menard. So move Kevin to 7th.
In clean air, the fresh tires will pay off.
Down the backstretch to 32 of Reed Sorensen. You saw him, and there he goes underneath Brendan Gaughan. That's a little bit further back as they are duking it out for 9th and 10th. There's Carl Edwards and Justin Allgaier side by side. That's getting a little cramped.
I was going to say literally side by side right there.
Almost traded paint schemes on each other's car.
When you're the guy on the inside, you no longer measure yourself by the wall. You're measuring yourself on the car on the outside of you. The track becomes quite narrow.
Justin runs up the hill, and that gives the door open wide for the 60. And here comes Kelly Byers trying to take advantage, as well as Shelby Howard. And Brian Scott back further forward. That's Trevor Bayne. Did I see sparks coming out of Kevin Harvick's car there?
Bottoming out there.
Bottoming out?
Yeah, that track's a little bit rough down there as you enter turn 1. There's a few bumps, and if you have to drive it in there straight, it will bottom out some.
He is now 6th. So Harvick trying to reel in the front pack.
It's been a long time since we've had that long green flag run, but if we get it, this car will find its way to the front.
Well, the longest green flag run was 94 laps last June. The last 94 went green, but we'll see what happens. We're down to 68 laps to go. Next time by, let's check who's fastest at the line. We're heading down in through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Joey Logano. We'll see who is quick. So far, stays with Joey. Kyle Busch 2nd. Kevin Harvick 3rd. Does that any surprise anybody up here?
The other thing that doesn't surprise me is when these drivers are attempting to make the pass. If they don't make it quick, they suffer because of it. And you see Brad Keselowski had to fall back there. And again, that was because he caught Logano and didn't get to pass him quick enough.
Here comes Carl Edwards. That's lap traffic, and that is for 9th place. And boy, Menard had his eyes full, I'm sure, when he saw all of a sudden here comes left side, right side with that slower car. And Justin Allgaier gets under Menard as well. So Paul has been sliding back now the last few laps. All right, while all this is going on, we said we were going to try and track down Jason Leffler. Jamie Little, you've got him.
And Jason Leffler has been parked by NASCAR, meaning he cannot get back out on the track. James Busher said that was definitely intentional. Jason, what's your take?
I don't know. My car was really tore up and it was hard to handle there. It was really fast. Drove right back up there with no quarter panel on it. I don't know, some could have rubbed the right front. It just took off on me. So that's part of racing. And it's a shame. The Great Clips Camry was really good, even like I said, with it tore up as bad as it was. Our times were really good. So it's frustrating when you get taken out early like that, but it's part of the sport.
All right, that's the story, Marty.
All right, thanks for the update, Jamie, as Jason Leffler will steam on that one for a little while we continue to watch all the action out on the track. Hey, the leader of the most laps has won only 4 of the last 9 races. Joey Logano has led 109, but here's the twist. The last season, well, both of the races were won by the leader of the most laps. Go figure.